So when it comes to starting a digital marketing agency, people often will ask me, why a Google Ads agency? Why not SEO? Why not a web design agency? Why not a Facebook ads agency, which seems to be kind of the sexy one to start right now? Well, today I'm going to tell you exactly why we chose a Google Ads agency over those others. Hi, I'm Mike Mancini, and if you know me, you know I have my own Google Ads agency as well as I help others start their own digital marketing agency. And one of the biggest questions I get is why Google Ads? Why not SEO? Why not Facebook? Why not a web design? And I'm going to go through those right now. But if you want to see some more videos like this, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and that little bell icon so you'll be notified of when we release new videos. So the reason that we start a Google Ads agency versus other types of agencies are, when I started out, I was doing all of it, right? I have experience in all of it, and because I was taking money wherever I could get it, and I knew how to do all of it. But as anybody knows in the digital marketing space, if you really want to scale, you have to niche down. You can't do all of it. We were doing web design, but the problem with a web design agency is web design is very, very slow. I might be able to build a website for a client in a day or two, but the problem is the clients don't typically move that fast. Even though we gave them a heads up of we need all the content first so we can build the site, as we start building it, they take a look and they're like, well, we want to change this. Well, we want to change that. We don't like that picture. We don't really like that shade of red. And I'm not kidding when I say that. I would literally get clients who couldn't make a decision about the shade of yellow or red that they wanted on their website. And that decision, even though how small it might seem, that decision might take them weeks. So we had projects that we could personally get done in 2 days that would stretch out to about 6 months. So it's not a quick turnaround. There's a lot of back and forth. And even though you could technically earn that money quite quick, it's really the clients who will hold the process up. And it's their right? It's their baby, it's their business. We just weren't interested in that anymore. Also, there's really no recurring value. You do a website project for a client and they might not need you again for 2 or 3 years, maybe even longer. So there's not a lot of recurring value. So why not an SEO or search engine optimization agency? Well, SEO works great. The problem is it's very slow. It's a little bit harder to sell because the client needs to understand the value of it, and you need to make sure that they understand. So the sales process can be longer because it's a much longer investment for a client before they see some results. In fact, they may not see any results for 6 months to a year. And a lot of clients, when you start getting into about month 3 or 4 and they don't see any results, they start to get anxious and they pull back very quickly. Even though they understand it might take longer, they're putting all this money out and they're not seeing returns right away. And that's really difficult for a business owner, especially if they're cash strapped. Also, there's no real guarantee that it will work. So you might get 6 months, 9 months, a year into it, and it might not have the returns that you thought it would. And with Google and the search engines changing their algorithms so often, it does change quite a bit. So the level of uncertainty is always there. Now, with all of that said, yes, there was recurring monthly income that would be coming in from those SEO projects, but the lifetime value of a client wasn't usually as long as we would like because, once again, clients would get impatient without results immediately. The other one, Facebook ads. Why not start a Facebook ads agency? That seems to be the kind of sexy one to do right now. There are a lot of people out there promoting their Facebook ad agencies or starting one. And before I say this, let me explain. Facebook ads work extremely well. They do have their place. But when it comes to advertising on Facebook, people don't go to search on Facebook. When they have a need, when they're looking for something, they don't automatically go to Facebook and look around for that product or that service. Facebook is a social media platform. People are on there to be social. They're there to see and connect with their friends and family and see baby pictures and things like that. So when you're advertising on Facebook, the targeting is amazing because we give Facebook all of this information on what we like, the sports teams that we like, interests and things that we follow. Facebook has all that information because we've given that to them. So the targeting is really, really good. But as you're scrolling through, I don't necessarily look for those ads that are being shown to me. They are just being shown to me based on my interests. And while I may occasionally take action on some of those ads, once again, I wasn't looking for them. So companies are putting their ads there hoping that I will kind of trip over them. When it comes to service type businesses, we would often market those businesses on Facebook, and we were able to get quite a few leads for our clients. But the problem was the lead quality was very poor because once again, we're putting those ads on Facebook hoping that people would trip over them. They would sign up for an offer and then they would just kind of forget about it. So we would maybe get 10 leads for a client at a much better price than most other platforms. But when it came to the lead quality, our clients may have only been able to get in touch with, on average, about 10 to 15% of those leads. So even though we got them 10 leads, they're only getting a hold of 1 or 2. The good thing about doing Facebook ads was, though, once again, it's a recurring monthly revenue stream. So why Google ads? Why start a Google ads agency? And the biggest reason was intent. People go to Google to solve a problem. They have a problem, they're looking for a solution. What we do as a Google Ads agency is we basically put that solution in front of people right when they are looking for it. So automatically the leads are much warmer. They are much better than what we got off other platforms. The second reason was it's very easy to sell to people when they already have a problem. You're taking the solution and you're putting it in front of them and saying, hey, look over here. But the key is you're doing it right when they are looking for it. So it's extremely easy to sell a service when somebody is already looking for it. Make sense? And someone might say, well, Google Ads is much more expensive for clients to run. And that is true. But the lead quality is much, much higher. And once again, it's a recurring monthly revenue stream. So I will get these clients of mine business month after month after month, and they see their marketing dollars going to work, and they see their marketing dollars produce a great return on investment, and they keep coming back month after month after month. So the lifetime value of a client can be years. Some of my clients I have literally been working with for 8 years now. That is a monthly payment from that client for 8 years. So do you agree or disagree with what I said about starting a digital agency, why we started a Google Ads agency versus other types? Do me a favor, let me know down below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you are interested in more information about starting your own Google Ads agency, down in the description area below, I will put a link over to Ads Agency Unlocked, which is our program to help you start your own Google Ads agency. And over to the right-hand side, you will see some other videos on starting your own digital agency. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.